Hello everyone, in today's video we will be looking at Moff Gideon Dark Trooper armor from The Mandalorian, from the vintage collection. So a pretty decent image on there, fits quite nicely in there with the sort of electro staff thing going on. Figure itself is looking quite promising. I thought for a minute he didn't have the the cape robe thing on the back, but it was sort of, yeah, it's like blended in with the color behind, so you sort of got to look there. It is on there. And then on the back, the usual stuff, VC368. So yeah, gonna open this up, take a closer look. Okay, so straight off of the card and out of the plastic, I'm kind of noticing a little blip on the plastic there. You can only really see it on the camera. When I look at it straight on, it's like it hasn't quite been cut properly. So these are obviously meant to be pointy, but that's obviously showing up on the camera. There you go, you can kind of see. It's like a little bit there. I only noticed these things zoomed in like on the camera. So that's not really an issue. I'm not going to focus on that. It just might look a little bit weird. You know, because I'm sort of zoomed in on the camera. This feels very nice though. It's got quite a nice feel to it. It's very soft. It looks nice though, the color scheme. Yeah, similar thing with recent figures. These sort of like little flappy things here to allow for articulation. The little sort of shoulder pads. And it looks like, yeah, I'm not going to do it because I can never get them back on properly. But it looks like there's a little elastic band there that goes around the ball joint for the arm. So you can take the cloak off if you wanted to. Yeah, pretty cool helmet there. All the paintwork seems to be quite nice. Decent articulation. You've got a holster there. So yeah, my thoughts, I don't know if I've ever really expressed them. Mandalorian Season 3 was a bit disappointing. Not a lot happened. I felt a bit like they were sort of losing their way with it. They didn't really know what to do with the series. But I'd say this suit was kind of a highlight. I think he's a pretty cool villain. And yeah, this armor just, yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. So I wanted to get a figure of it. So yeah, there's that. Got this staff here. This piece here, which I believe will then slot onto the end like that, I guess. So yeah, there's that. Feels like it needs straightening out a bit when I do that because it's sort of lost its shape a little bit. And then, Christ, won't focus. Tiny little pistol like that, which is weird. Strange. I'm not even sure if I remember him using it, to be honest. And you'd think with this armor and stuff, I don't know, he'd have other stuff implemented into it. Feels weird to have a pistol, but you know, I'm not going to complain about accessories. I can't even get that in his hand properly. But yeah, we'll set it up, talk a bit more about it. Okay, so just quickly to wrap things up, I'm very pleased with this figure. I think the paintwork, everything is spot on. You know, it's quite an imposing character when they show up in the show. I think that comes across well in the figure. You know, he looks a bit menacing, doesn't he? So not really a lot to say other than what I have. There's, you know, all the articulation is there that we're used to in these figures. Apologies if I haven't spent as much time on going through every little bit of articulation as maybe I should. I've just had this influx of figures for months. I haven't had any, and then all of a sudden I had them all at the same time. So I'm trying to do all of the videos as quickly as possible, and for the most part they've all got the same articulation. You know, they've all got the rocker ankles. You know, there is some difference between them, but for the most part it's what you would expect. My aim was just to sort of show a close-up of the figure and, you know, get an idea of what it looks like in hand. So I hope I've done that. I'm very happy with this figure. I think it's going to look great with all my other Mando figures. So yeah, if there was anything I missed, feel free to tell me, and share your thoughts as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.